so often when people make the transition into an aged care home, the decision is made quickly and at a time of, great emotional upheaval. Often there's little time to think about how they're going to pay those entry fees and monthly payments that the nursing home asks for. On the show last week, we talked about RADs, which is the new name for what used to be bonds, and some of these can be $500,000 or more. So trying to fund this can be a problem for a lot of families. So to help reduce this stress, Latrobe Financial has come up with a solution on how to help you pay your aged care costs when you enter a nursing home. So to tell us more about it, we are joined in the studio by Martin Barry, who is the Vice President at Latrobe Financial Asset Management. Good afternoon, Martin, and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
So Latrobe invented this aged care loan. There must have been a real demand for it, I assume.
Yes, that's right. There was lots of demand, and we really saw a gap in the marketplace. And our history, founded since 1952, is as a credit specialist. So our philosophy is helping Australians achieve financial independence. And when we started to look at the aged care space, we really found that it was underserved by the major banks. And really there was not much information about how to pay for aged care entry. So that's what really piqued our interest in the sector.
I mean, family emotions are high at times of moving into an aged care home. So what benefits do you see with this loan?
Yeah, that's a good question. Really, the primary benefit is flexibility and having that time to just get some breathing space, to work out what you want to do, and to really just deal with the emotional stress that is very high, as you say, and know that the financial side is covered.
So can you just walk me through the process? If someone finds that all of a sudden their loved one has to go into an aged care facility and they're faced with that wad of forms that you get as you walk in the door and you think, I've got no idea what I want to do with this or what I'm meant to sign or if what I'm signing is the right thing, what should they do?
The first thing people should do is, if they're really confused, seek some financial advice. That would be the number one thing. Second thing is to actually know that there are some options available, that you don't have to necessarily sell the family home. You can, for example, use a loan to release equity to pay for a RAD, the refundable accommodation deposit, and that gets your room in the facility. And if you want to use a loan product just to have some breathing space, well, the Latrobe Financial Aged Care Loan is a product that just does just that. You can use it as a bridge for, say, 6 months. You can use it for a couple of years. You can rent out the house and use the income to pay interest on the loan. There are all sorts of options. So the first thing is to realize, if you are confused, get some financial advice. And secondly, that you actually have financial options.
And how many people have taken it up so far? Can I ask that?
We've had hundreds of inquiries. Every day we're getting inquiries from families who are seeking more information about their financial options, and knowing that our staff at the end of the telephone who are trained in this product can give that advice, can give that assistance in a very friendly manner. On our website there's lots of information about the product and a calculator there for families' benefit.
And what is the amount you can borrow and how long is the loan for?
So you can borrow up to 50% of your property value with the Latrobe Financial Aged Care Loan. The term of the loan is up to 7 years, but it can be repaid at any point in time. We designed this product to be really user-friendly, entirely flexible.
And is this different to a loan you'd take out with one of the big banking institutions?
So there's a key difference here with the Latrobe Financial Aged Care Loan. It is a regular mortgage loan, but it's also secured on the RAD, the refundable accommodation deposit. Right. So, and this is a point that often confuses families. Sometimes we get the question, if I pay the RAD, will I get it back? Maybe that money's gone. Well, it hasn't, because you can use that RAD to raise finance, and then when the RAD is refunded, it repays the loan. So it's a great product in that sense, that it's like a traditional mortgage, but it utilizes your RAD that it otherwise is just an asset there with the aged care facility.
And what about the interest on the loan? You mentioned the interest on the loan, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
How does that work?
There are a couple of options there. So if cash flow is tight, and often it is in the aged care scenario, and we've had some changes to the pension system recently that means cash flow is a little bit tight,
Yep.
You can allow interest to accrue on our loan product. So the balance increases each month by the interest amount. Or you can pay the interest each month. Your choice entirely.
Well, thank you, Martin. That has been actually very informative. I'm sure there are many people out there that are, feeling a little bit relieved after that because, at that time when families have to move loved ones into nursing homes, it's a very, very emotional time. And often, as Annie said, they're caught on the hop. They've got to make decisions quickly and they're just so confused. We hear it all the time on our forum on the website. Financial issues around aged care is a minefield.
Absolutely. And we're here to help at Latrobe Financial.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Martin Barry from Latrobe Financial. This is Older, Wiser, Happier.